To your hometown movie guys, Tina, Craig, and Andy on Community Spotlight on KRIM this morning. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
It's been a while since we've all been together in this room.
It certainly has. It's been much too long, Randy. I think you should move back to Payson.
I think you should hold your breath waiting for that to happen. And it looks like I may not be here next Friday by the looks of what we had coming our way weather-wise
You
next
could
week.
put an air mattress in here and just
camp out.
Just stay here. Yeah.
We could do live 24/7 news from the KRIM studios. Anyway, now we've got a lot to catch up on.
Yes, we do.
Tina's got a great idea of different types of movies that we're going to talk about, and we'll get to that in a minute. But right now, let's find out what's playing today at the Sawmill Theaters.
Well, we got just one new one today. A horror film, Candyman.
Candyman.
Yes, this is kind of a...
It doesn't sound like a horror flick.
Yeah. It is, yeah. Kind of a...
But it is.
Sammy Davis Jr. isn't in this one.
No. It's put in a spiritual sequel to the original Candyman. It came out in 92 or so. But this is a kind of an urban legend of this kind of evil spirit that if you say Candyman five times, yes, if you look in the mirror and say Candyman 5 times, and he will appear and
Kill you.
That might be one of the reasons why I've never looked at myself in the mirror and said Candyman 5 times. There might be other reasons too.
Why would you? I mean, there's so many things come to my mind.
Yeah.
No, in the original one, there were some kids that got razor blades in their Halloween candy, and they accused this guy of doing it.
Okay.
And killed him. And then, like a week later, more razor blades showed up. So they...
Oops.
Yeah.
That's
So that was where the Candyman thing comes from.
So interesting. So now, and is this movie just starting today?
Yes, just opening up today.
And is this expected to be a big blockbuster? Or?
Yeah, it's probably going to be #1 in the country.
Really?
I would expect, yeah. It's an R-rated film.
Okay, so this is an R-rated, it's kind of a horror movie then?
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
And
this is some...
Yeah, it's a spirit of a dead guy comes and gets you.
Yeah, that's kind of horrific. Yeah, kind of, sort of.
With a hook for a hand and...
Oh, nice.
It's pretty, it's pretty creepy.
Didn't tell me it was an offspring of Captain Hook, or what's that all about?
Yeah.
Okay. Creepy people need to have a hook hand, I guess.
Yes.
It
looks scary.
Yeah, this is a product of Monkey Paw Productions.
Monkey Paw.
And those are...
And we know them from...
Yeah, Monkey Paw. Remind me.
Yes, okay, we have a literary connection to Monkey Paw.
Oh, yes.
1908
Yes.
short story.
By O. Henry.
By O. Henry?
I think. Maybe? No.
I can't remember if it was O. Henry.
It was
that was just a candy
a different.
bar.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Well, no. You know what? I thought it was the Raven guy.
Edgar Allan
It wasn't
Poe?
the Raven guy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it probably.
I'll look it up.
Nevermore.
It probably
Never
was.
mind.
It probably was the other guy though.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's where they get the name for the production company.
Okay.
It's from this horror story.
Yeah.
Short story, famous in American literature, even though we can't remember the author.
Really famous man.
But they've made and what's the guy's name? Peele?
Jordan Peele. Yeah.
Jordan Peele is the genius behind this company, and he's made really a lot of money, and he makes ones with W.W. Jacobs, whoever he was.
The writer of Monkey Paw.
Thank you. But I had to read that in junior high.
I read it. Yeah.
But
They had books back then.
Oh yeah, I mean they were on papyrus.
Stone tablets.
Yeah, chipped into stone.
Took a long time. His niche, and it's a good niche too, is to make movies inexpensively that are well made and that people want to go see them.
That sounds like a good mix.
Yeah, and this one, for instance, cost $25 million to make, which by his standards is a little high, but he's getting, more mainstream.
And by a lot of the big blockbuster movie standards, that's not a big price.
No.
No.
I mean, to say the least, right?
No, absolutely. But he made Get Out a couple of years ago, a horror story.
My wife always quotes that. Sorry, just seemed like the right thing to say.
And
Go back across the river.
Yes.
where we're safe.
Yeah, right.
And Black Klansman.
Mhm.
And
Oh, yeah.
both of these movies were made for, under $20 million, and
Right.
both of them grossed at the theaters in excess of $200 million.
Wow, that's a good ROI. there.
Yeah, Jordan Peele has it down,
Mhm.
and he makes movies that people want to go see,
Now,
or
is this-
at least enough people want to go see to make him stupefyingly rich.
Stupefyingly. Are you going to go see this Candyman?
Lord, no.
No. Why?
He's a faux critic.
I don't like to go see horror movies. I don't
Yeah, there you go.
enjoy
You'd
them.
rather see a zombie movie.
Yeah, zombie movies aren't horror movies.
I don't know. Whatever. Okay.
The gospel.
So what are you going to go see?
Reminiscence. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay. And that started last week, right?
That was last week, yes.
Okay. Anything else new starting this week?
No, just Candyman.
Just Candyman?
Yeah, just Candyman this week. We got 3 for next week, though.
Oh, really?
So we're going a little bit light this week, and then next week we're gonna flip a bunch of stuff.
Cool. So what are some of the others that people are thinking about? Hey, let's go out to the movies tonight, or maybe over the weekend. What kind of stuff are they going to be able to watch?
Yeah, well, we still have Reminiscence
Right.
and The Protege that started last week. Both, well, The Protege was Maggie Q, Michael Keaton, kind of an assassin type thing, revenge.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Action, thriller sort of thing?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And what's it rated?
That one's R.
That's R.
Yeah,
Okay.
Protege is
So,
R.
so little kids aren't going to be going to that one.
Yeah, and none, no little
Okay.
kids to Candyman.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever you do, don't tell them to say Candyman 5 times either.
But
Okay.
Protege, I thought was a lot of fun to watch.
Why?
Because you get to see Maggie Q beat up Michael Keaton.
Okay. Sounds like some deep-seated inner hostilities to me.
I like Michael Keaton. That he does a good job of defending himself.
Right.
He's no sissy.
Right.
And
But the girl still whips him.
yeah, well, she's been trained by a legendary assassin, Michael L. Jackson,
Ah, okay.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson always gets those kind of roles too, kind of an edgy sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to sneeze any minute. Just keep talking while I go do this.
That's,
I saw him on TV just the other night for about 30 seconds at the end of some Marvel thing where he's Nick Fury. He's a one-eyed guy.
Ah, there you go. Got a single focus on
And
you.
that was all he did in the whole movie was at the very end of it he did a little Nick Fury cameo,
Very interesting.
setting up the next
Now,
Marvel experience.
Reminiscence, which started last week. You
went
and saw that.
No,
Oh,
I'm going
you're
to see
going
it
to
today.
okay.
Yeah, I saw The Protege. But Reminiscence is described as a neo-noir.
Okay. Which
So we got to play around with that a little
New
bit.
Black
Or new dark.
or New Dark.
Yeah, as you know,
That's French. Neo.
Neo.
Noir.
well, neo's Greek,
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
but noir is
Noir is
French.
French.
So here we are on the radio in Payson, Arizona, speaking both Greek and French.
Such a multifaceted show.
This
We
is
are.
pretty sophisticated stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, Nicole.
Darn right.
Fluent Greek here.
I'm still working on English myself. Interesting though.
But,
So,
and you're familiar, I'm sure, Randy, with the great classic film noir movies of the long past, in the 40s and the 50s, things like
In the 30s,
the 30s too.
I believe. Yes.
But they're the noir, the dark part of the thing is the atmosphere
Mhm.
of the thing that they're
Well,
about.
it's like, for example, the Maltese Falcon.
It's about, yes, the perfect
Yeah.
example, yeah.
Right.
They're about dark subjects.
right.
They're about, typically about,
Human corruption.
yes,
and
betrayal,
betrayal.
greed,
Yeah. The Seven Deadly Sins. Yeah.
Gluttony.
Yeah, right.
We could go on and on.
But the neo-noir
Yeah.
are the ones that have been made since the
The
classic.
new ones.
The new ones, and they're in color.
Yeah.
Right.
The old
Yeah,
ones, the old ones were,
black and white,
you know,
right.
the postman always rings twice.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of them, and they're
Well, and Gaslight, we'll talk about Gaslight later on, because we're gonna talk about traitors.
okay.
Yeah, but Gaslight is definitely noir.
Okay. And now we have new noir or neo noir, and probably the best example of that is your favorite movie of all time, Chinatown.
Yes, actually that is definitely a noir, and neo-noir, it is color. I mean, that is, oh geez, 70s? 72,
70s,
I
yeah.
think it was, yeah.
That sounds about right.
Right.
That goes, and Jack Nicholson was, he hadn't been on the movie scene for a whole long time before that. I don't know if that was one of his first things, but he wasn't nearly
Easy Rider.
the icon. Yeah,
He was the only good thing, in my opinion, about Easy Rider.
Yeah.
He gives a monologue by the fire, and
Oh, that is genius.
He was fabulous.
And I believe his first movie is the one with Boris Karloff.
Perhaps,
Wow,
yes.
Boris
Yeah.
Karloff.
Yeah, yeah.
He goes back that far.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew?
What was the name of that one?
I don't know.
But the story on that one was that Nicholson was hanging around with Peter Fonda and other
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
They were buds in Hollywood.
There's a double entendre.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's
They
true
were
as well.
smoking buds, I'm
Yeah.
sure, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, this would be a good time to say good morning to Clifford, Timothy, and
You just
Nicole.
interrupted me.
What?
Well,
What about Nicole?
I'm sorry, we were talking about buds and I forgot.
Jeez Louise.
Where's the donuts? Anyway.
Okay, so Karloff had just made a horror movie, and in his contract, they didn't contract him for the movie. They contracted him for 8 days of filming,
Right.
and they realized that I think it was Roger Corman.
Oh, yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah, and they had 3 days left on Boris Karloff's contract to act. And Corman says, "Hey, you guys, why don't we make a movie this weekend? It'll be a lot of fun." And
Right.
so I think it was Peter Fonda wrote it one night, and they started filming it on Friday, and they were finished by midnight on Monday.
Wow.
And Jack Nicholson is
Yeah.
a French army officer
Yeah.
up in the Baltic someplace during the time of the Russian invasion, and it's a horror movie or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's awful. I mean, it's really. I mean, you can imagine how bad it is.
Well, I mean,
Well,
how could
they
it
spent a
not
whole
be?
night
Right,
writing it, and then
Yeah.
2.5 days shooting it.
Yeah, and they use the leftover sets from something too. That some Roman sword fight movie. Or something. I mean, it was really dreadful. But that was Nicholson's first flick.
I didn't realize that. So,
Yeah.
and what year would you guess that to be?
Oh boy, 1970 maybe.
Well, late 60s, early
Late 60s.
70s, yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so now,
But anyway, we're getting away from
but we digress.
yes.
Always.
And Reminiscence also has the Swedish actress Rebecca Ferguson, and you will remember her because you were a fan of the Old West. She appeared also with Hugh Jackman in The Greatest Showman,
Oh.
Oh, wow.
She was so good.
and
I mean, really good.
she played your favorite singer of all time, Jenny Lind.
Yes.
You just think that's my favorite singer of all time. Jenny Lind, wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Interesting.
So
So,
once again, she appears with Hugh Jackman, and once again, she's a singer
Oh.
in Reminiscence.
there's a pattern forming here.
She's a nightclub singer,
Right?
and also Thandie Newton. And
Yeah.
Thandie Newton,
Very
you
good.
have seen probably 6 dozen times because they show Riddick on TV about twice a week, and she played in that Dame Vakal.
Wow. I'm trying to remember. That one's slipping my brain, but that doesn't mean much.
Yeah, she's going to be in Rebecca Ferguson. She'll be in Dune also.
Oh, really?
We have coming up here in October.
Who's she
the new
play?
Dune.
Who's she playing Dune?
The mother.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Jessica.
Jessica, yeah.
Did the
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Did the first Dune do well?
You know that the first Dune was mixed,
Right.
and you
It's
know
kind of a
it's
cult
still,
movie now, though.
it has become actually probably more famous now than it was when it came out.
Really?
It was a strange film.
Yeah, it
for
was.
sure. I really liked it, and like I said, it has kind of a cult following now.
Right.
So this one looks really awesome. It's an October release on that, but
Yeah.
looks very good.
It's a
Need
great
to
story.
take a quick moment here because we got to say people have been following us on Facebook Live this morning. If you go to KRIM FM on Facebook, you can watch all the fun and frivolity. We do a half hour on the radio, but a full hour on Facebook. I want to say good morning
We gotta
to.
see if we can get a full hour on the radio. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, we need to just talk to someone that cares.
It's a quarter, all someone who
Want to say
cares.
good morning to Clifford, Timothy, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Let's see, Sharon, Ann, Jerry, Gina, Karen, Jim, and Lyle all
That
watching
is
us on
Wowie.
Facebook. So thanks for
We're
joining us.
becoming almost famous.
Yeah.
Almost.
And Cliff is back in the hinterland someplace.
Is that right?
Illinois.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know.
I have no idea.
You've been absent.
I've been out in the hinterlands
Oh,
myself.
that's right.
I live in the hinterlands.
Yeah.
And Sandy Newton also played in perhaps the greatest movie ever made,
Uh-oh.
Guy Ritchie's Rock and Rolla.
Gee, how did I miss that one?
I don't know.
Rock and Roll?
Oh, you poor guy. You've missed a lot.
This was a big budget movie, apparently.
No, probably not. Guy Ritchie.
Guy
no.
Ritchie never, no, he's never big budget.
Right.
He's big creativity.
That's right. Big imagination,
Yeah,
big enthusiasm,
Right.
big energy.
Yeah,
Not big money.
Yeah, I missed that one.
no,
But that,
Although he has made some big money movies, and they were bombs.
yeah, it's true.
He made one, a King Arthur movie, and it was not well received.
by the way, Nicole just messaged us on Facebook and says, "You all are small town famous."
Ooh, love that.
That's it, okay, that's our new t-shirt, Small Town
That's
Famous.
small town famous. Yes. That and $1 still won't get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks, but you know what the heck.
I think that means we have 20 fans.
Yeah.
Well, that's twice as many as last week. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for that, Nicole. We appreciate it. And also good morning to Susan and Gretchen who joined us on Facebook as well. Now the
Protege?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, The Protege, featuring Samuel L. Jackson.
Right.
Samuel L. Jackson is now worth $250 million.
You know, he's played in a lot of different movies, and some of them, you know, were really just. I can't use that word.
Acceptable?
Yeah, they were like, lousy movies. Some of them. He's been in some amazing ones, but
Yeah.
it seems like he takes on any part that comes his way. And
It
he's
just works.
The point
It
is, he's
works
got to be
and he
making
gets
money.
paid,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
the secret of his financial success is, as you say, he works.
Right.
I can't imagine that he ever turns down an opportunity to be in a movie.
Right.
If a good movie, bad movie, even stuff like Black Snake Moan, which was not, it wasn't a big movie, but it was, it was interesting to watch.
Right.
He was in the Deep Blue, and he had one of the great all-time being eaten by a shark moves. It was just.
He's
great.
almost always has that same. He in every part that he plays, though, there's always a moment where he does that same little thing with his eyes that is also exemplified most recently in his commercials when he says, "What's in your wallet?" He seems like he always goes for that.
Yeah,
look.
he does have a tendency, like John Wayne, to play himself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there you go. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
So
But, very successfully, and I guess goes to show you, if you work about 36 hours a week or a day,
yeah.
you'll really come out ahead financially.
there you go. If you work, you get paid. I like it. So now, and what? Just rounding out the slate of movies that are playing this weekend,
Well, the other one that came out last week,
right?
Paw Patrol.
Okay, well, that's an animated thing, isn't
That's
it?
an animated, rated G.
Right.
1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
For the kids, it's been doing great. Not just here, but nationally. I think kind of a real surprise for
Good.
Paramount on that one.
Very cool. Neat.
Yeah.
And this is made by our friends in Canada.
You are from Kannada, not you are?
Yeah, so it's, it's a very, very benign, gentle sort of a thing.
Okay.
Actually, kind of a spin-off of a TV series.
Okay.
Of the same name, Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol, right.
Yeah, it's and I guess, and it's the cartoon thing now, but the little kids love this thing. They are the little ones are really excited to get there.
Yep.
And
Little puppies are policemen and firemen and whatnot.
Yeah, it's
And most of the time when it comes to these kind of shows, there's always, it's not necessarily,
Not in this
double
one.
entendre or anything, but there's always something there to keep a smile on the face of the adults.
This is from Canada. Don't have any of that business.
yeah. No, this one's rated G. You're not going to have a lot of.
You're right.
This
It's not
is
even
definitely
PG, it's G.
G.
Yeah.
This is definitely directed
Some of us
towards
smile
the
at
kids,
G-rated
so
stuff,
Yeah,
eh?
I do.
Yeah.
you're going to have to take joy
Yeah.
in your children being happy on this one.
There you go. Gotta love
And
it.
to give you an example of the humor in this movie, the mayor of the town where the puppies live is Mayor Humdinger.
Mayor Humdinger. We've had a couple of those right here in Payson. We won't talk about that though here on the radio.
76% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes,
there
so
you go.
that's a good indicator.
Yeah.
And featuring the dulcet voice talent of Kim Kardashian.
Oh wow. Okay.
Another hardworking person.
Right.
The Kardashians will do anything for a buck.
And have.
And have.
Film at 11. Yeah. Okay.
Now, we should mention, just because it's coming up, the first Saturday of the month is the Classic Movie Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
And we're going to show the Blues Brothers.
Ooh, Blues Brothers. That's a week from tomorrow.
On a
Week from
mission
tomorrow.
from God.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, next week's going to be pretty interesting. We also
Yeah.
have on Friday the Pleasant Valley War is opening up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the well, a lot of local tie-ins here, some
Right.
actors and
Yeah.
everything in that one, and of course the Pleasant Valley War,
Right.
with the Grahams and the Tewksburys.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's going to be, it's kind of a mix of a documentary and a film.
And if you are one of those folks that maybe just moved to Rim Country recently, you owe it to yourself to go watch this, only because, that's really a pretty interesting bunch of Arizona history. And especially, Zane Grey wrote the novel To the Last Man, based on that. And there's really some very interesting stories tied to that, especially the very last death on that was a pretty fascinating story. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. I don't know if it's in the movie or not, but
Yeah, well that's all Gila County and stuff. So
right. And a bunch of our local reenactors are in this.
Yes, yeah,
And they've been
definitely.
involved in a bunch of different filmings
Yeah,
lately.
they've done quite a few here, and usually we've just been doing kind of a one-time showing on these things on a Friday night.
Right.
This one we're going to go ahead and run for a full week.
Wow, very cool.
Yay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And I imagine those folks, our local reenactors, will be there at some point probably.
Yeah, actually, next Friday night we'll be doing kind of the, I don't know if you want to call it a premiere.
The world premiere.
Yeah, we get these guys all come out and everything. So if you want to talk to them about what they're doing and how they made the movie and everything, I'm sure they'll be
Yeah.
happy to
Cool.
answer your questions.
So come on out, check out the actors, and say, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Find out what the answer is. By the way, good morning to Gretchen, Lexi, Bethany, and Sue, who have also joined us on Facebook Live this morning. Appreciate that.
Lexi.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, also this week we have Free Guy, Suicide Squad, and Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise, that's still playing. How's that been doing?
That's done great.
Really?
Yeah.
It's really worth seeing.
I've seen the trailer on TV, and it looks like it would be that same type of fun for the whole family sort of
We
movie.
got Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt this one.
Right.
Probably going to be the last week on this one. So
Mhm.
if you're wanting to see this one, it'll be gone next Thursday.
Okay. And you mentioned that, and we're almost out of time here on the radio, but you mentioned that there were 3 new movies coming next week. What are those?
Okay, so we got the Pleasant Valley War,
Right.
Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings.
Oh boy.
That's a new Disney one, kind of a Marvel superhero thing.
Kind of like a martial arts sort of stuff, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I got to watch that one the other day.
Right.
Amazing. I really liked it. It
Interesting.
actually kind of jumped up to one of my favorite Marvel films.
Wow.
Just that
Wow.
quick. A beautiful film. The special effects and the imagery are just incredible. It's funny.
Wow.
A lot of humor in it. You're definitely gonna laugh on this one. A lot of action in it. Everything. Great ending. I really like this one.
Love it.
So yeah,
Okay.
and Respect. See, Aretha
Oh.
Franklin, kind of
Oh,
a
yes.
biography.
Really?
And it shows Aretha Franklin, how
Yeah.
she came up and started and made her way into the music industry.
Boy, a lot of years there.
Excellent. Yeah.
That one actually came out a couple weeks ago, but I've had a lot of requests for it, so
Yeah.
we're getting that one next
And
Friday.
remember,
Very cool.
she's in the Blues Brothers too.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Singing, respect.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what's her name, Hudson?
Jennifer
Yeah, Jeff Hudson
Hudson.
plays,
Yeah.
yeah.
Arizona's own
Yes.
Jennifer Hudson.
Yes.
Ah, there you go.
So we have another Arizona movie star.
Yay.
Now, we have to get back to more of your favorite music here on the radio, but we hope you'll continue watching along with us on Facebook, because we're going to switch the gears here a little bit. And Tina, you came up with an interesting idea of
A theme.
a theme about
Yes.
people that betrayers. What's the right word we want to use?
Traitors.
Traitors. Okay.
Yeah.
Traitors in movies.
Yes, traitors in movies, because we have so much in real life.
And,
right
and
now,
just
so, yeah.
to tease people to maybe go over to Facebook and keep watching, name one traitor in a movie.
Fredo.
Fredo with the
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
No.
No.
Oh, what? Where have
Fredo.
you been?
That's right, one too.
No.
Fredo-
Godfather
Fre-
2.
Fredo
and 3.
Cortisone.
Fredo Corleone.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
But didn't Fredo screw up in the Lord of the Rings too?
No.
No.
That was
No,
Frodo.
it's
Frodo,
Frodo.
Frito,
Oh.
Fruit Loops, whatever it was. Yeah.
Fredo.
All right.
Wow.
So we're gonna get.
It's always an adventure having this host.
Welcome back,
And-
Randy.
and as
Lots
simple
of
as
gin
we
down
have
there on
missed-
the other side of the river.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
we've
go.
missed you so much.
Oh.
I've missed being here. And as scintillating as the conversation is, it's going to get even more scintillating.
We
So
need
join
some
us over
cheese
on
whiz.
Cheese whiz, man. Join us on Facebook Live as we continue the discussion with a bunch of other people. Matter of fact, Christine and Clifford just joined us on Facebook Live.
Hi,
We got some
Christine.
other folks, so thank you for
Clifford.
joining us. And we're going to continue on, but here on the radio, going to get you back to more of your favorite music. Have some tunes coming up from Manfred Mann, the Eagles, Wallflowers, and more. Right now, a look at Rim Country weather.
You know, we haven't heard New Riders of the Purple Sage for a while.
I know.
What's that?
We have.
Sorry, I was busy listening to the radio.
Yeah,
we,
right.
we haven't heard New Riders of the Purple Sage for a while.
No.
Speaking of, although we would refer that as Neo Riders.
Neo Riders, yeah, of the Noir Sage. Anyway, meanwhile, so the person who came up with the theme that we're going to talk about just left the room, so maybe
Well,
we should just talk about her instead.
Yeah, I'm going to report out to you, Randy, that
Okay.
of the movies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies available at the station today, the movie theater today. Not a single one of them is in the black.
They're all still in the red.
They're all still in the red, and that includes Jungle Cruise, who took in $45 million, and you're going to hate this, $45 million in streaming.
In streaming.
And even if you include that, they're still not profitable.
How much did they pay to make the movie?
$200 million.
And so what's the total in so far?
Oh, only 221. So
So
they're just over halfway there, adding up everything. So this might be a Waterworld deal where it's going to take them 20 years to
Get popular?
get. Well, it's popular. I mean, it's a good movie and people are enjoying it, and lots of people are going to see it.
Right.
But the budget just went nuts.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, they were kind of budgeting in a different world.
Yes.
You know, that whole,
Now, you were just up in Vegas at what kind of conference was it?
it's called CinemaCon.
CinemaCon, and so it's a bunch of theater people.
Yes, yeah, exhibitors and studios and everything showing us. That's where I got to watch Shang-Chi. You know, they did that. They actually played Clifford the Big Red Dog,
All right.
which I didn't watch, but
What a shock.
right.
I probably
No,
wouldn't either.
it's a pretty cool thing, and
But-
but streaming was a big part of this.
I bet you that was a big topic.
Yeah, it was. Well, there were two, COVID and streaming were
Right.
kind of the two main points of this whole conference, and it kind of various opinions on that. Some people, talking about traders. These
It always
guys,
comes back to
And
the
please do.
these guys streaming their films right away.
It's kind of from the theater management standpoint, you got to feel a little violated, I would think.
Well, you know what? The studio executives were largely not there. And
Chickens,
that was
cowards,
that was
traitors.
Didn't want to face the music, or
Yeah, well, yeah, there were various excuses. See, the one guy was Oh, he was taking his daughter to college, so he was.
Another guy had to wash his hair.
That was about it. Yes.
Sorry, I gotta trim my toenails. I won't be able to make it. Yeah. It's gonna take a while.
But to be fair, they're unavailable in Las Vegas last week were pitchforks and sharpening stones. So they might have been wise to stay away.
Yeah.
I did see a little thing, Greg, this morning. And is it the Royal Theater chain? Regal?
Regal?
Okay. They stood up to the distributors or the suits and said, no, we're not gonna take that movie. We're not gonna take it. And they're a big,
Regal's huge. They're one of the bigs.
Yeah.
Bigs for sure.
And they just thumbed their nose at them as if they could get away with that.
Yeah, there were some interesting insights on the whole streaming issue there, and when the people that did show up, Patty Jenkins was there. She directed
Wonder Woman,
and she's going to be doing the new Star Wars Rogue Squadron also.
Oh, really?
So she's a major there, and she was pretty clear that she does not want her films going to streaming. Not right away. We need that theatrical window.
Does it sound like that's something she's putting into her contracts that won't be done?
I'm not sure. I'm not
See
sure
how much
on that
leverage
one.
she actually has.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of pushback there, and she also pointed out, she's fine with streaming. That she works with Netflix. She doesn't have a problem working with Netflix. But if she does something for Netflix, it's a TV show. And that was, I think, a really good distinction, that when you make a movie, it's meant to be played in a movie theater.
Right.
They're supposed to be on the big screen, and these directors do. They go through and they use the technology, these big IMAX cameras and everything that are meant for a large format screen, and that's how they want them to be played. But like I said, she also said, the streaming is fine, but that is TV, and that's kind of more and that's always, I think, been, if you look back, into the past even, TV is kind of it can be very entertaining, but it's kind of a lower quality. You don't have that.
You don't have nearly the resolution.
The budget being put into it. The effects and everything. The bigger actors. That was